doesn't matter if you're earning 1 million, 10 million a month. At the end of the day, if someone with a degree looks at you, they'll be like, oh, this guy's stupid. So that pressure is like always constantly like that nagging of taking the degree. The recruitment agency, it's very manpower heavy, it's very draining. Okay, honestly, in my opinion, I feel like a recruitment company, you cannot really scale very big. We have about 10 appointments a day. If 10 appointments a day, we were on an average closing percentage about 20%. So about 1 to 2 closings a day, about two closings a day. And that's more than enough. If the VAs don't use the AI, they'll get easily replaced. Now you won't be hiring a video editor, but you'll be hiring a video editor that's good at prompting.
AI is not going to replace you. It's actually going to be here to supplement your work, to make you hyper-efficient and irreplaceable by the business model. Hiring a VA is not going to solve your business problems once and for all. VA is not going to cover the gap. It's simply just going to amplify the inefficiency. So,
hello everybody, I'm Nicholas from Titan AI, joined with my co-host, Leo from Digital Marketing Agency. Yeah. And today we are joined with our dear friend and special guest, Samuel. So Samuel started his business at 19, and it came from a decision he made in the army when he was serving his time. It was a choice between going to Polytechnic and choosing to start a business serving business owners and matching them with virtual assistants from the Philippines. So I guess our first question is, any regrets so far?
I think definitely not. There's definitely no regrets doing this. Every day has been every day has been a challenge, but I think also a joy. Like I don't have to wake up and then know that okay, I have to go to work and then work for someone else. All my hard work goes to myself. I think that's the most important thing.
100%. And what about the sort of, I guess, pressure you feel or felt from your parents when you first told them, I don't want to study?
I think the pressure, I was quite lucky in a sense that my parents didn't force me to per se to like, okay, you have to study right now. But the pressure is still there even to this day. Even if I'm running all these businesses, all this, they still want me to go and get a degree because there's this belief that if you don't have a degree, people will look down on you. There's still this belief, like it doesn't matter if you're earning 1 million. My mom said it doesn't matter if you're earning like 1 million a month, 10 million a month. At the end of the day, if someone with a degree looks at you, they'll be like, oh, this guy's stupid. So that pressure is like always constantly like that nagging of taking the degree lah. But in a real sense, they never force me to that, okay, you must take it right now. It's like whenever I'm ready, I take it. But then of course at the back, they'll still be like, oh, I take it, why are you not taking it? Yeah.
Was there any connections or bridges that you had that allowed you to choose this industry? Because I think for someone at 19, it's quite rare to come across this opportunity.
Yeah. I think I was quite lucky because initially I took my recruitment license, right? And then with recruitment, and then I went out there to do, before I even started the recruitment agency, I did recruitment myself. So it was like with another agency. And then, but this agency really threw me in the water. They never teach me anything. They just asked me, go and find my own leads, go and do my own thing. Then I just get commission. And then as a young guy, like,
what the hell?
Yeah, it's not really what the hell, but I thought that was how it's supposed to be.
Okay.
So like, they asked me, okay, go and... So they were a maid agency, but they wanted to move to foreign workers.
Right.
So basically, maid, you bring in maids, but foreign workers, you bring in foreign workers. Then they wanted to do both. So they asked me to go and head run the foreign worker, and like, there's a young kid. I went to like go and call all the foreign worker agency, go and like call all the people, and then after that, finally I got one client, like let's say the client says, I can't remember what company it was for, but the client wanted like an electrician. And then the good thing is that he wanted electrician, but the bad thing is I don't even know how much you can offer for electrician, how to even find the electrician. So there's a lot of this kind of process. And then that's when, after building up for a while, and then that's where I think I met Leo also. And Leo and me, we opened up Catalyst Outsourcing because the recruitment agency, it's very manpower heavy. It's very draining. Okay, honestly, in my opinion, I feel like a recruitment company, you cannot really scale very big. You can earn a good amount of money. Don't get me wrong. I think you can earn this crazy amount of money, but you cannot scale it to the point where you are not manpower heavy. You're very involved.
Wow.
That's my main decision. I feel that I quit the recruitment agency because recruitment agency, let's say I recruit one person, I can get 2-3K. That's good money. That's very good money. Like imagine in 1 month I just recruit 10, I get 30K. But I think I have to be constantly like texting, constantly like putting in the
It's intense.
Yeah, because you have to constantly be there, and there's a lot of problems. Yeah, so it's very hard to scale if like you want to hit like 100, 200 million. Yeah.
And how long did it take for you to get your first customer?
In the recruitment or here? The outsourcing? Like catalyst outsourcing, right? Catalyst outsourcing, I would say it was quite fast. We managed to get our first client, I think, within a month already.
Oh wow.
Yeah, within a month. It was very fast. But I think it's because of the genuinity. Like people like are willing to give us a try. Because like the first client example, like I went down to meet him in person. Then it takes a lot of back and forth for them to trust. Then after that they are willing to give it a try. Then once they try, they are like happy with it. And at the end of the day, the more clients come because they feel that you're genuine and you actually want to help them. I think that's the most important thing. Yeah, then even if there's a lot of problems along the way, right? But the most important thing is when there's problems, how you help the client solve it, right? So I think that's why we can even scale. I think we will scale quite quickly.
What was the outreach for you guys like then? Like how did you get the client?
The very
Email
first client,
or calling?
The very first client was, I think, through email marketing. Like I think we ran a VSL on Amber already.
You did the best.
It was like a general VSL actually. Yeah.
What was the key thing that you think hooked them into the
The
replies that
VSL,
you
right?
went?
I think it was like, I think at the point we were doing like custom proposal. So like example is like custom VSL. So it's like this business, like an example Titan. Do you want like we have like a custom like we will look through your website and be like, oh, this is how Catalyst can help you. Yeah, I think that worked quite well for us.
We had like at a point quite a number of leads through
Yeah.
email that we were not able to handle.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah,
that's a good problem.
correct.
Yeah,
Yeah.
no problem. Like-
So basically, it's just an automated email outreach campaign, saying that we've looked through your website, we've put up a proposal to help you reduce costs. Would you like to see it? A lot of them will say yes. Then basically we'll just have a VA or salesperson do a Loom video recording of what
The
we can
website.
do for our website and send over on that. And that's how we got like I
Well,
think
not leads,
quite a
but-
few customers.
Yeah. And I think ads also, like running ads is quite good. I think in majority of business, ads is a good starter.
Yeah, I think it's not hard acquiring customers, but it's the LTV retention.
Yeah, correct.
Because in our business, or in this business, it's the stickiness of the VA with the customer. We want the customer to be almost fully rely on a VA, that they would be more afraid of the VA leaving than them quitting our services.
Yeah.
That's how it should be. Yeah. So that's why, SOPs, processes, and firefighting and quality recruitment is super important. So while right now I don't think we have issue with sales, I think we're now hiring more salespeople, right?
Yeah. Correct.
Yeah. Then it's about the fulfillment of the sales that is
Yeah.
gonna be the next bottleneck.
I think at the end of the day, like you mentioned, okay, to me, and I think this is how it is. It all starts from the very start, which is the sale. Okay, right? So if let's say I'm a salesperson and you're trying to hire a VA, if I don't manage your expectation correctly, and I tell you this VA will be damn amazing, and then I oversell you. Okay, worst part is imagine I oversell you, like imagine you only need the VA to do like 1 or 2 hours of work a day. Then I sell you like for like a full-time VA. What will happen? Firstly is you'll try to scramble to find work for the VA to do. Then you won't feel happy. You'll feel like, wow, my money is getting cheated. That's number one. Or if let's say I underquote you and then you need more work, then you realize, why the VA cannot do? But it's actually because we never quote you properly. So that's the first part. Then you reach the expectation part. When people hire a VA, right, they don't know that, they don't have this expectation where VAs are like normal employees, so they still need time to get accustomed to you. At least a couple of months to learn, and then at the end of the day, you are the brain. They are just your hands and legs. So if you don't have good SOPs for them, you don't have good structure for them, the VA will not perform. Then end up, you will blame the VA instead, but actually it's your fault. So it all comes down to the salesperson instilling that in the client's mind first. Then comes to the next part, which is hiring the correct person. Because if you don't hire the correct person based on their skill level and the client needs, then it's already a failure from the start. But if you do hire the correct person, then you already at least solve that good portion. Then comes to the next part, when it comes to the VA company, is how they manage and operate to make the client happy. So, example, let's say your VA is not performing. We need to have a good operation and customer service to see, okay, why is this VA not performing? Is it a SOP issue? Is it a VA issue? Then we need to come and work with you. So we have monthly check-ins. And then also, a lot of VA companies don't have this, but when you hire a VA, you want to know, okay, how efficient is the VA? Because they are remote working, how can you really know how efficient they are? actually even in office, I always say this. How do you really know your employee is efficient in office? The only way you'll know is if you yourself know how long the task take, right? So we are we are also building like a time tracker where you can actually see how efficient your VA is. That means like, let's say it's editing a video. It take 2 hours to edit the video, so you can collate at the end of the month. You can see, okay, my VA performed 13 videos and total editing time is maybe 30 hours. Then you can really see whether how efficient your VA is.
Right.
So this will be how we differentiate ourselves from other VA companies also.
Yeah, like hiring a VA is not gonna solve your business problems once and for all, and nobody knows your business as much as you yourself. So a lot of business owners come in thinking that hiring a VA is gonna magically solve. You can't hire away your problem. So a VA is just there to not be a consultant to you, but more of like a amplifier. So if let's say your business is coming in with already big holes, big leakages and gaps in your SOPs, VA is not gonna cover that gap. It's simply just gonna amplify that inefficiency. So
It's like AI.
yeah, AI. So
I think speaking of AI also is nowadays, like if the VAs don't use the AI, they'll get easily replaced. Like I mean I was talking to Leo about this yesterday, like the cloud code, right? You can see the editing. I'm not too sure if you saw, but cloud code now can literally edit the videos for you, like, and it's quite crazy. Like the way they edit is like you can replace a freaking editor. So the next thing is that if our VAs don't learn how to use this, eventually people don't even need VAs. Yeah, so we must really start having training sessions. Yeah, we have to teach them how to utilize all this stuff. Then,
but it's like knowing is one thing, but actually executing
correct.
what we want to do is always this prioritization problem. Like we know we gotta do this, we gotta do this, we gotta do this, we gotta do this, but we gotta build this thing, we gotta build this app, we gotta build this time tracker, instill training to our VA, and then spread ourselves quite thin. So we just need to know what is the one or two things to prioritize first. But it is definitely a priority to like every VA should be AI powered. AI have that mentality that AI is not going to replace you. It's actually going to be here to supplement your work, to make you hyper efficient and irreplaceable by the business owner.
Yeah, I agree with him. Like, so I think one of the very big common mistakes a lot of businesses do is like they want to fix everything. But I think what Leo said is correct. Like we have to prioritize one or two things each week. Once we complete, then move on to the next thing. If not, nothing will ever get done. You always be like everything like 30% complete. Yeah. And then like he also said, like in terms of VA's mentality, they always are very scared that they'll get replaced. Because of course their job is very important to them. So you must instill that thing to them where actually if you don't learn AI, you will in fact get replaced. But if you learn AI, you will not get replaced. Yeah, it's the complete opposite way.
What was your first impression when you met Samuel before you came
He's a very great action taker. He's a very great doer, and he has this passion and drive that I've never seen in someone of his age.
Right.
Yeah, and when he says he does something, he'll actually do it. And when he just has this great gift for connecting people. So, like I'm not the kind that would be extroverted or connecting people, but he has a great sense of like just going out there, connecting with great individuals and bringing the network, and and that's what I really admire about him.
So how long did it take for you to invest in Catalyst?
Immediately just like that, yeah.
I think it was quite funny because we were doing Catalyst recruitment, right? And then I think we didn't even have this conversation. We both just like immediately dropped Catalyst recruitment like without even having the conversation because we knew outsourcing was like way better. Yeah, and like it was like even though we also invested quite a bit into Catalyst recruitment, right? We just didn't even care anymore at that point. Yeah.
Sunk cost, right?
Yeah, correct.
So with this, how do you think the company is going to shape up? Because I do see some trends in the VA industry. Maybe you want to share a bit more about what's trending right now and where you see the future going to be, especially with AI.
Yeah. So I think like what we previously talked about, it's like with AI coming, it's a lot of VAs will slowly start to get replaced. So of course the first people that will start to get replaced is like your admin staff. Your admin staff can really be fully automated already. Like replying emails, like not just replying emails, sorry, like scheduling appointments, calendar, all all these things will slowly start to get replace humans already. And not just VAs, actually in normal humans itself. So, but the thing is that I think where it's going to shape up is that VAs, right, must start to now learn how to be good prompters, right? So, where the VA skill will now be is not to actually do the ME work, but actually learn how to prompt and learn how to utilize the VAs, to utilize AI. I think that's where you'll slowly shift. Then now you won't be hiring a video editor, but you'll be hiring a video editor that's good at prompting. Yeah, you won't be hiring an ME, you'll be hiring an ME that's good at prompting. And yeah, so I think that's what it's going to be shifting towards. And then if let's say we as a VA company don't adapt to this, right, we will just slowly get eaten out alive. Yeah. Because the other bigger VA companies, they have a lot of budget, they have a lot of money.
They're looking into this now.
Yeah. But I still think they are quite slow in this sense because they are very comfortable at this current point. Like I have quite a few clients, right? They use other VA companies. Then they come to me and then they're like, oh, we want to change because we didn't have this good experience there, they have that good experience there. But same thing, like we also have clients that of course don't have good experience with us, but why they still choose to come back at the end of the day is what differentiates us is that even when they don't have a good experience, the final taste we leave in their mouth. Like example, we have clients that left us like a couple of months back. Then like recently I gave them a call, I asked them like, what's the issue that you're like, why do you leave us actually? Then they explain. Then I say, if we can solve this, would you like to give it a try? Then they're happy. So at least we never leave a bad taste in their mouth. Right. But then when you see like a lot of other VA companies, they just like, oh, we collect the money already, that's it. Like your
Bye-bye.
problem already, bye-bye. Yeah, whether you like the VA or don't like the VA, that's your issue, you know?
Right.
Yeah. So I think the key success to really like turning this into like, and I honestly truly believe in my heart, right, this can be like hundreds of millions of dollars if you do it properly, right? And the key difference, right, is customer retention. Like you must really, really keep your customer happy. And it all starts from your team. Like, yeah, I really believe that.
Currently, what are you looking at improving the most right now? Is it the SOPs? Or
I don't think it's an SOP thing. I think it's more of the
Recruitment.
entire retention. Yeah, recruitment, all this, we are not very worried because most importantly is, you see, if let's say we recruit 15 sales guys, they're all closing a crazy amount. What will happen if let's say the clients are not retaining? The sales guys, first of all, they will not feel motivated to close anymore because we give them reoccurring. Actually, that's one of the very good benefit of our company is that salespeople get reoccurring. Yeah, so they're very happy to close. So we just need to focus on reoccurring and then the sales will just follow along on.
so do the salespeople also manage the clients or not?
Yes, so I think it's part of a sales job, right? Even though like sales, your main job is not managing clients, but at the end of the day, if you're a good salesperson, will you go and manage? You will also want. You want to make sure you check in with your clients how they are doing. I think that's just a good salesperson quality to have. Yeah, and we are trying to train we have good trainers right now. So I think that's something we are trying to instill in our salespeople to also manage. But of course, you don't have to manage to like a very big extent because we have operations and all this. But I think it's still good as a salesperson. I trust you. That's why I buy from you. So I'll be most comfortable to share with you like, hey, I'm not really happy with this VA. Like recently we had this lady, alright, she bought a VA from us and she's a very good paymaster. Every month has been paying us. Then the VA like actually is a very good VA, but the VA like one day like just annoy her.
Okay.
And then like I don't know if it's a girl thing or what, but after like 4 or 5 months, right? What happened
cut
was
off
she
the
texted
contract.
one of our sales guy that closed she called one of our sales guy that closed her. She's like, I don't like working with this VA, can I change? And then she's
Okay.
like, actually, it's not the VA problem, it's just me. I just don't want to work with her anymore.
Right.
And it's not even that the VA is performing bad. She's actually good, but I just don't want to work with her.
Right.
Yeah, so you will have this kind of
Wait, request something.
real request sometimes, and it's just how you accommodate to it. So you're in the line of like shit. What should you just replace it for her because she's a good client, or do you like then because this VA is very good, of course I don't want to lose this VA as well. So do you just replace or do you like tell the client like, oh no, we won't replace? So you have to really make these correct decisions also. So that's where the salesperson managing comes in. Because as a salesperson, that lady would not have told this to me. He only told it to that salesperson. Because it's very sensitive stuff. Like you won't randomly go and say, oh, I just don't like the VA just cause, you know.
How about like collaborations with different verticals in your industry? Like, I think there's a lot of people you can collaborate with, like content agencies or like creators, like
Yeah. So
Radical Kindness.
yeah, so actually that's a very key point. If you notice our company so far, we've done zero marketing at all.
So no ads.
Like we haven't run ads in like damn long already. Like we've done zero marketing, zero like we have a lot of strong clients also actually, but we just never go and advertise it. So it's something that we need to really if we really want to scale our company big, we have to really start looking at this because like example like Joshua uses our services, Radical Kindness uses our services, Cleon uses our services. All these are very like established people in Singapore, I feel. So and not only that, we have some government agencies like SRC, all these. So the thing is that when we don't utilize these guys, we are actually like slowing down our growth. Because imagine now I say, okay, these are people that are using our services and these trusts. Will you want? You'll probably be more interested, inclined to try. Right? So in that sense, we also have to start doing marketing that way. And then recruiting wise, I think is important for me also because I'm younger and the kind of guys I try to recruit is also around my age. So it's very important for me to be a role model to start the recruiting side. And then that's where I need to boost social media. Lah.
So there's really a lot of potential. Yeah. We've not even started seriously like marketing the company.
Yeah, that's the thing.
And it's already picking off and doing so well. So I think once we focus on the customer retention, LTV and all that, like then we put our eyes on the marketing.
Exactly.
So focus on the product and the service and bring value, and then I think the product itself will be the marketing. Yeah, because it will compound, customer trust will compound, reputation will compound, word of mouth. Business owners will just refer business owners.
Currently, like, is it self-reliant because of the SEO? You don't have to advertise
I feel like to be honest, I feel that why it's been so self-reliant, right? Is because of the referrals. Like, because at the end of the day, when they buy, they know they trust me, or like so far, like, because I'm the main guy there, right? So they trust. Then the trust is that even if like they are not going having a very good time, I'll make it up to them. I'll make it right for them. So then it keeps referring, and then they are willing to try that. And I'm happy to say that all those old clients that left us, majority came back also. Yeah, at the end. So that's why we are able to sustain. And it's like a retaining. I mean, we earn based on retention, bah. So as long as our old clients stay, and our overhead is not very high, so I think.
In that sense, then where does Leo come in for your?
I think this is where I always tell a lot of people. Like, actually, I always like every time anyone asks me about Leo, all this, I always tell them.
Do they ask about me?
Like example, like anyone I introduce, right? I'll be like, his specialty is at the end of the day, he's very very good at automations. He's very good at systems. Coming out with, like example, you see like for his FA stuff. His FA stuff, he built all these heavy tracker for his guys, and from him, right, I learned a lot of this stuff because I talked to a lot of insurance agents and a lot of real estate agents, right?
Yeah.
Then I see how Leo recruit. I see like, wow, the real estate agents, like some directors that are like at this current point way bigger than Leo, right? They're struggling to recruit even one or two guys. But then this guy, he just recruit like how many in like because of the systems he builds, the automations he builds. He's very smart in that sense. I feel that not many people have this kind of skill set with the tech when it comes to technology.
12 in last year.
Yeah, it is quite crazy. Like then from what I learned from him, I can also advise more people from other industry. Like even though I might not learn everything, but like at least recently I met one of the insurance director. I told him like, hey, look, maybe you can try out this way where instead of doing the normal recruitment where you show them like, hey, you can earn a lot of money, but you give them systems where they can benefit the recruitment agency. I mean the insurance agent. Then they're like, oh shit, I never thought of that. This whole thing he's doing can be like consultancy to other agents also to recruit. Because really a lot of directors are struggling to recruit. And they're willing to pay big money for that.
Do you yourself use virtual assistants?
Yeah. On and off, not fixed. Used to be fixed, but now kind of on and off.
Like from like
Where do you get it?
Not Fiverr. From there's this like Facebook group that I just like randomly chanced upon, and
from Philippines side, is it? Or
there's Philippines one. There's also one from Slovenia. I don't know why. It's one in Belgium also. But the risk and the quality and the skill sets are all very different. So depending on what task I need.
yeah.
For more like task-based things, then it would really depend. But if it's more general stuff, then Philippines will be good enough. Yeah. So what else?
Yeah, I agree with you that where you hire also matters a lot. Like example, now we have Malaysian, right? They're doing telemarketing for Singaporean because a Filipino telemarketer will not do well. Yeah, so where you hire also really their skill set matters. You're right. Yeah. Especially like if you're looking to hire like someone of to sell to a US market. No way any of us can do it. You have to hire like a VA from like overseas.
So currently, how many countries are you based in, like in terms of recruiting the VAs? Malaysia and
Malaysia and Philippines. Like we never really touch anything much. And I think it's good because at this current point, we don't need to touch anything much. The Philippines really solve majority of our things. Malaysia also solve a lot of our Singapore clients' issues. Not just telemarketing, but also like admin. Like some of them, they want Chinese speaking. So I like, okay, I get like Malaysian VAs for them.
Right. And are there any industries that you're focusing on? Is it content creators like Samuel, Joshua, or like is it more insurance agencies or
It's insurance and real
real estate?
Yeah, insurance and real estate is one that we are
Big
really
one.
trying to. It's a very, very big industry because they can benefit a lot from VAs. Yeah, it's
For the
very-
agents themselves or the higher level directors and both?
both. Like for the higher level directors, they can use it as recruitment. Not only that, for recruitment, meaning that hey, look, if you join my agency, have this, you have admins for you, you have video editors for you, whichever, you know. And for the, I mean, they themselves can use the VAs also, but for the low, for the newer agents or let's say the mid-tier level agents, they also can utilize VAs to scale, right? Because if you want to scale, you cannot be cold calling every day. If you want to scale, you cannot be doing the admin work every day yourself. So you cannot be scared to spend a bit of money to hire a VA to scale. But of course, don't hire stupid. That's where a VA company comes in to advise you. And then if you pick the wrong VA company, you're gonna get screwed. So that's why it's very important to pick the correct VA company that's willing to advise you correctly, consult you correctly, and then also make sure that you will have a good time with them.
How would you say you guys stand out besides the training and the quality that you have established so far?
I think besides the training, the quality, of course, like you mentioned, the time tracker. So like a lot of VA companies don't even give you that time tracker. You have to go and get it yourself.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. Then the next thing we are doing is, of course, we have I think most importantly, how we are also gonna stand out is we have task management and
Wait, sorry. So for the time tracker, it's like to make sure it's accountable and
So it's something that we have a dashboard where the VA would send in their end of day report that comes in with their hours. Then the dashboard will actually sum up all the hours that they've worked so far. So for example, you buy a package of 160 hours per month, then the dashboard will tell you like, okay, this day you work how many hours left. And all the end of day reports are all in one place.
And I think slowly it can even consolidate to like an efficiency report, like I mentioned. So like once you have all this data, you can consolidate. Okay, like
week
just
by week.
yeah,
the
it's like
output.
it's very simple. Like you have the number of hours, you just need to know how many tasks do you get completed with that number of hours. Then you can slowly generate to an efficiency report.
Yeah, so I mean, we used to use like this CRM for the start of day, end of day report, but now we're gonna shift it to like a web app where all the end of day reports will be AI analyzed by the AI to give you a report of how efficient the VA is based on the report and based on the hours. So it's like really just if you are a guy that likes to micromanage, this is a great platform for you. Micromanage the hell out of the VA.
Sounds like a fantasy right there.
So I think instead of just the time tracker, the task management, all these tools, right? I think tools is one thing to differentiate.
Oh yeah,
but-
and one thing about the time tracker is that we're gonna be putting some screen recording features as well. So every 15 minutes, it's gonna take a screenshot of their page, and it's gonna track their mouse movements and their keyboard stuff as well. So we make sure that they are actually working behind the screen.
Wow, that's very fair. It's very comfortable.
Yeah, and apart from the tools, I think the most important differentiating factor, right, that we consult them. That's the most important thing. Like no other VA company
Borders to have the call.
bothers to have that. Yes, they do have the call, but the call is to sell you. It's not to consult you. Like a lot of times, right? Like although it takes a little bit more effort, like the call instead, if the sales call instead of 30 minutes, it's gonna be 1 hour. Is because what I'm doing is I'm really understanding your business. That's number one, and where you can use a VA. And like if you cannot even use a VA at this current point, I won't recommend it to you. But majority of other VA companies are like, okay, you need this VA. I'm gonna sell you like X amount of hours what you need. They don't get that consultation. Like for example today, this client he wanted to get a out scraper. So even though we don't offer out scraper, you know Apollo, out scraper Apollo. So he wanted to use Apollo and then combine it with the telemarketer. So Apollo is not part of our services, you know.
Yeah.
But because I've used it before, I advise him that okay, how many leads do you want to contact a month? So he tell me 1,000. Then from there I break it down the numbers for him. Roughly 1 hour they can call about 30. So you do the math like if let's say 10 hours 300, so that means you need about 30 hours a month. But if I recommended him like, oh, you need like 20 hours a week, what will happen is that he will have more like too many hours, and then he will be struggling to utilize it finish. Yeah. So I think that consultancy is very important. And we are gonna be differentiating ourselves in that way.
But of course, we can't be like a consultancy agency. I guess at the start of you hiring a VA, we consult you on what kind of VA you need. But the part about hand holding the consultancy with them, that would be more like Michael Yong's program.
Yeah.
That is something that we might
In the
want
future.
to go in the future, but we need to go balls deep with that because he's a SOP driven
correct.
guy. He's gonna give you your weekly coaching, your monthly coaching. I mean, that is the something that we also want to aspire to be.
Yeah.
So like be a done with you and done for you kind of business plus consultancy inside.
Right.
So the VAs execute and we give you the vision and the VAs execute that vision for you. Then that really would go hand in hand because like we would be basically your brains and your hands and your feet of your business. Yeah, so something that we are considering, but that's maybe in the future. Yeah.
But I think right now what we can do is of course to the best of our abilities train our sales guys to consult. Like it does, like you said, it doesn't have to be like hold your hand, tell you all the way. But at the start, that initial 1 hour call is very important.
The expectations. have
Yeah,
to be right.
yeah, the expectations, right? And I think that is the bare minimum our sales guys can do.
In terms of timeline, how fast do you think you can scale and like you have certain deadlines that you
Yeah.
want to hit
So
this year, next year?
this year, of course, we want to break past like the $1 million revenue, and I think it's very possible. So we've broken it down. We are not recruiting these people for fun, so we have a number that we need to hit in terms of recruitment, and then these guys will be working for us. So of course, when they work for us, we have certain expectations for them, which they will hit, and then it all breaks down to the point of how many closings we must have a day. So we've thought it quite thoroughly through with the numbers that we have.
Will you share with us an idea? What
Okay, so like roughly example, let's just say example, we have 10 cold callers. Let's say 10 salespeople. So they start off as cold callers, and then when they set appointments, so the number of calls they must make is about 600 a month. So if you break that down, that's about 20 a day. So that's not a lot actually, to be honest. And in 600 calls, let's say half of them don't answer. And this is not based on just estimates. We have guys that are calling now, so we have the current numbers. But
Right.
let's say half of them don't answer, so 300. Now these 300, let's say 150 not interested. So you got 150 people there. 150 people interested, but they say, they just don't show up. You know, like sometimes people lazy, don't show up. So about 70 appointments a month. So if you break 70 appointments a month, that's about 2 appointments a day. And then now we have 10 guys. So you count it, maybe out of the 10 guys, some of them not doing so well. So that means like only maybe half of them perform. So we have about 10 appointments a day. And then if 10 appointments a day, we were on an average closing percentage about 20%. So about 1 to 2 closings a day, about two closings a day. And that's more than enough. And then once we focus on retention,
Okay.
even though 2 closings a month, a day doesn't sound that bad.
Yeah.
I mean, doesn't sound a lot, but
It's a lot.
Right?
But it doesn't sound
yeah, it doesn't sound a lot, but it actually adds up because
Right.
now you think about it, right? At the end of the month, after like 20 working days, we have maybe like
40
40.
closes.
And then imagine 40 stays. Out of 40, maybe not 40 stays, maybe like 10 doesn't retain, then 30 stays. Then every month is 30, 30, 30. That's how many clients already paying us retaining money.
So in a month, like what is a good figure right now? Like what's the average figure you're hitting? What's a good figure and what's the
Okay, so
ideal?
I just give you an example. Like, we're not running ads, everything, right? So in the past 1 week, I have these numbers down. So in the past 1 week, right, just based on referrals, right, the amount of the amount of deals I closed in the past, because I'm still closing right now. So in terms of trading revenue, it's about 40K. So what trading revenue is, because I cannot guarantee that. Imagine they break their contract, right? So cash collected, we collected about 12K in the last 1 week. And then in terms of trading revenue, it's almost 40 plus K.
In the past week.
Yeah.
Oh, that's crazy.
That it is very fast, and we were not doing these numbers before. It just I feel that with all these new systems coming in, everything is all working, aligning well. Yeah, because you see, like I give you some numbers, right? Let's say you want to get a full-time video editor for yourself. You are paying me 1.4K, and then because you go for like a 12-month commitment, you pay me 3-month deposit, like 3 months upfront.
Right.
So we're already collecting quite a good amount upfront. Then after the rest of the money, like one 12-month deal can get us about 16K in revenue already. Now think about it, if like we have 10 of that, that's 160K already.
And this is with 10 sales people.
10 appointment setters. And then the numbers is about 1/3 lah. So that means 10 appointment setters, 3 salespeople. Yeah. So then at least the salespeople will be fully booked throughout the day.
So I guess for people watching out there, wondering like what's VA all about, how can it help their business?
Right. Maybe I can start with this one. So I feel like I definitely won't be able to build a business without a VA. I personally won't hire a Singaporean. as harsh as it sounds, but every time I hire a Singaporean, it just ends up being very overpriced, and they can be quite entitled at times, or maybe a bit too demanding. CPF is a huge factor and component of the salary. It doesn't like seem much, but let's just say you pay a Singaporean 3,000, 17% is actually $600 a month. That $600 can be spent on ads. If I can hire a VA, 3,000 goes down to like 1,000. That's $2,600 that I can spend on ads, and $2,600 on ads for any
do a lot.
business is a lot of money, right? And yeah, and a VA just gives me the ability to do things that I have no time to learn. Like I would much rather hire a VA at $10 per hour who is a great PowerPoint slide designer than figuring out how to like design slides myself. So that was the very first VA I hired for my insurance business. I hired from like a freelancing platform now. And I mean, the slides that he's built for me, I'm still using until today, 10 years later.
Right.
So it's like the money that I spend is like
Well,
100x in terms of revenue. So it started from there, then from there I scaled on and on and on, and hired graphic designers, video editors, hired cold callers and admin assistants. So literally they take over my communications platform. So they help me to set appointments, they help me to book up my calendars, remind my calendars, so that I can focus on what is really the core of my business. Not designing slides, not reminding people to show up, not doing all the dirty work and data entry, but actually meeting the customers and bringing the value and doing what a CEO is meant to do, which is the highest value, 20%, 10% of your business. So everything else, delegate as much as possible. So that to me is what a VA can do to the table. And I think a lot of business owners are shortchanging themselves by thinking that they can do everything themselves. And yes, you can, but that's just gonna really shortchange and flood you and overwhelm you too many things.
I think quite well said. I think he covered a lot of points where I agree with, and I think that of course VA is gonna save you time, it's gonna save you money, it's gonna save you of course help you scale because you don't. Yeah, but I think one thing I can go a bit slightly deeper in is that these guys from the Philippines, right? At the end of the day, Kathy's outsourcing is not just all about money. Okay, when every Filipino we place, every Malaysian we place, it's actually help providing someone from a third world country a job. And this job is very, very important to them. Because to us that maybe that 800 or 1,000, like you said, that $10 an hour doesn't seem much. We spend it in 1 meal. But to them, that's like a crazy amount. And it's not easy for them to find jobs. So I think that's one of our vision as well. And actually that is our vision, and the most important thing at the end of the day, it's not just about money. Because money will follow if your vision is strong also. Right? And these guys, they are very, very hardworking and determined because they don't want to lose their jobs, especially not all of them, of course, but majority of them. If you hire the right people, that's why I'll prefer to hire a VA compared to Singaporean. Because Singaporean, we are not that hungry. Like if you ask me, I know so many of my friends, my friends, they are like, they don't like a job, they just quit. Why? Because I can find another job that's gonna pay me the same amount. But VA is not like that. If I don't like a job, make sure I make sure I improve and I'm scared to lose that job. So that's a very big difference. And then of course, like you mentioned, the benefit as a business owner. I say, okay, I think this one expectation that business owners have, right? Don't have, is that they think that when they hire a VA, right, you're gonna be paying you can pay damn cheap to get a very good VA, but actually it's not like that. If you want a video editor that's damn good, right, you still have to pay a good amount of money, like maybe even like $10, $15, even though he's from Philippines. And then, but a Singaporean guy, maybe you'll pay like $18. So even though you're saving might be $2, $3 only, right? But that $2, $3 goes a long way in a long time. But what they think is that, like if I want to hire like a very good video editor, I'm going to be saving. They expect a very big saving, but actually the saving might only be like this. Yeah, but you're still going to be saving. for the same skill level, of course. Yeah. So
Maybe
that's-
not really the same skill level. So a $20 VA in Philippines and a $20 VA in Singapore, $20 per hour Singapore is gonna be probably junior level, but a $20 VA in Philippines is gonna be super experienced.
Yeah.
So that investment in that $5 goes a huge way in finding someone at a much higher level
Yeah.
at the same cost.
And yeah, not only that, like there's really no reason as a business owner, right, why you shouldn't use a VA. Like you don't want to save money unless you tell me you don't want to save money and you don't want free time lah. Then give it to you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I recently hired a VA that is a hackathon winner. He won international hackathons
Wow.
at $10 per hour.
Wow.
Yeah, so he's like building out our systems now. So got like 5 of those guys now, building systems for CEO and my companies. So whereas computer science grad would be like 5-6K, it's like $30-$40 per hour, and that they are junior level.
And don't even talk about the bonuses and the CPF. No, okay, that's
The
CPF.
AWS, and the CPF.
And as Singaporeans, the bonus don't really feel very appreciative. But imagine now I give that 1K bonus to them.
Yeah.
Wow,
To the
they're gonna
world.
be, it's the world to them.
I feel like Singaporeans don't, as in like businesses in Singapore, don't really recognize VAs yet. They still sometimes much prefer hiring Singaporeans.
Yeah.
So we still have a bit of way to go to expand this pie and increase the
Yeah.
awareness.
The education is very important. I think Leo said it's quite true because even though this industry has been here for like decades, right? Like only the US and the Angmos really utilize it a lot. You notice Singaporeans, we don't really use it that much. Like 70% of the people that utilize VA right, actually come from US. Like there's a study about this. Yeah. So majority of VA companies, all their clients are all US.
In that case, then how do you deal with like the culture of like Malaysians and Philippines?
That's a very good point because you have to. So this is where you must have I think the recruitment and I think you must really have a people person, like someone that really understands people, right? Because when you talk to a Malaysian, they're not like a Filipino. Malaysians are very straightforward, carefree. It's like, hey, I'm not happy. It's like I don't need you, right? So you must be very careful the way you talk to a Malaysian. You cannot be very, you cannot baby them, very kind. There's a certain way you should talk to a Malaysian compared to like a certain way you talk to a Filipino. And then when you talk to someone from the Philippines, you cannot be like so strict. You cannot be like scolding them.
Right.
You cannot be like making them feel guilty. Why? Because how Filipinos are, they're very kind people. So when you do that, they will feel very hurt to work for you. So you have to really understand that. But then when it comes to Malaysian, if let's say you are too soft on them, they'll take advantage of it. So there's really this culture that you must have someone there that really understands this.
I think Filipinos, they treat the boss like a bit of like with too much. They take too much weight in the words. So like any harshness in your words, they might take it like very very personally.
Right.
So you have to be kind of like soft sometimes.
Yeah.
With them. Not overly harsh.
But like with Malaysia, it's the complete opposite.
Oh, yeah.
Where you have to be harsh in a certain, not say harsh, but you have to be aggressive in a certain way that you talk like. The other day I had this Malaysian VA. She called me and then she was like, hey, the way she talked, she was like, hey, like because what happened was that
No sir, no ma'am.
no, yeah, like what happened was that
Yeah.
because one of the telemarketer number got reported as spam call, so we had to replace it, right? Then in that moment we replaced it, she couldn't call, she got locked out. She called me and said, hey, what are you guys doing? My number got locked out. Can you go and check for me or not? And then I was like, and I say it in a nice way, by the way, but when on the phone she was not saying it like this. She was very aggressive. So like that's just how some of them are.
Come across that.
Yeah, so you must, and then you cannot. The person on the other end of the phone must, like example, I was like, I know that's just how they are, so I just like, okay, deal with it.
Yeah. You gotta be understanding on both ends.
Yeah, especially the older Malaysians. So
I
must
bet,
really be,
I bet.
must really be careful.
How do you find the time and the energy to firefight the whole day and just still
think-
stay so awake? Yeah.
I think it's right now, because I want it very badly. Actually, I think it's the hunger. Like,
Yeah.
like I said, like to me, right, I really in my heart, I really believe that we can turn this into like 9-figure, 10-figure business. So like that hunger is very strong, right? Like no matter what, no matter how many problems we come across, like we will get through it. Whether it's 1 year, 2 year, 3 year, 10 years, like that hungriness, I feel like it's really the hungriness. So like no matter what, I have to go and like if Leo cannot do it, if Edgy cannot do it, I have to do it. Yeah.
Yeah, and then CEO will be CEO Singapore, CEO Malaysia, CEO maybe global, yeah.
So in terms of the firefighting, like I'm happy to firefight because I know I'm firefighting now for a bigger cause in the future. Yeah. And if I don't do it, then who else is going to do it? You know?
Wow, it's like taking like ownership of
Yeah.
the company and the problems. And yeah, having that deep sense of conviction that this is something that's gonna help the VAs, it's gonna help the business owners, it's gonna help our company scale, and yeah, it's helping everyone and having that joy in doing so, but also getting great rewards and remuneration.
Yeah.
Is it mostly Singapore companies you guys focusing on now? Or?
Yeah, initially we focused quite a bit on Australia, but after that we stopped because actually there was no reason for us to stop, but I think we just started focusing on Singapore businesses, and I think it's good because now we have quite a good base of Singaporean businesses, especially like I said, we have strong names like Joshua Ali, so we want to start utilizing them, and we have, especially when we target real estate agents. Now we have quite a few real estate agents and insurance clients that are quite well known, so I'm gonna ask them to to promote, help us, like I wouldn't say promote, but yeah, like in a sense I'll ask them like, hey, how is your service, like, you know, if you really like it, you know, why not help us out in this way.
So what do you do in your free time right now?
That's a very good, actually that's a very good question. Like
Gym.
I think yeah, lot
Jim, he was having a call with me while he was walking back home.
Yeah, like,
He has this crazy habit of
In case that
using going to the gym 45 minutes away from the house.
yeah. So like so you know I told you I do cardio after I gym, right? But actually before that I also, so like
oh wow,
I
that's a
walk
lot.
I walk like 30 minutes to the gym or
Wow.
30-40 minutes to the gym. Cause I force myself. Then after that, because in case like, you know, sometimes it's very hard to track your macros properly, right?
Yeah.
So I just do it the extra just in case like, I never track properly.
Right.
Yeah.
Health is like super important,
Yeah,
right?
and
This
After that,
Yeah.
yeah, I went cold plunge with you guys. I went back a few more times. Like like,
Revel?
yeah.
Okay.
Because like
The
Hey,
chill.
hey, let's
Yeah,
go
it's that
again,
good,
man.
yeah.
Like I just went like 2 days ago.
now I start doing like the colder one. The
How
right side.
often do you go?
Now
You have to
Two
text,
times a week.
You have to tell me, okay?
yeah. Like
Yeah.
I don't know if, have you went to the coldest side one?
I
Yeah.
went.
Then you notice when you go
It's
to the coldest
different.
one,
You go
yeah,
to the other one.
Wow, it's so warm.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's warm. That's cool. Okay.
So I think that's one thing I started doing on my free time, the cold plunge and health. I think I enjoy gymming and running and all this the healthy stuff.
Yeah, health can't be understated in this line. Energy management is everything. Because you're constantly fighting. There's no switch off in entrepreneurship. The lines between your work and your life is quite blurred. You have to somehow weave that work into your life. So if you have no energy for that, that's why entrepreneurship is not not for everyone.
And I know you guys are quite locked in your diet also, right? But you do notice is like when you eat clean and healthy and all this, right? Actually you feel a lot happier and your mind feels a lot better.
Exactly.
Yeah. Like the other day, cause I've been eating quite clean for quite a while already, right? The other day I went to a function, I eat like quite unhealthily.
Yeah,
that day.
just,
But then
and imagine people do that every single day of their lives for like years. They don't even know because they're always in that state of brain fog. They think that that's the norm, but actually it's not the norm. Like there's this level, but it's just that you've not experienced it. But once you're here, you take one bad meal or one bad day, you're down here. You know a big difference. There's a big difference.
I mean, what do you guys do on free time actually?
Same, pretty much that. But now I don't have much free time, to be honest. Too much stuff going on.
I think what you did to go to UK is quite daring. And not many people will actually have the balls to even like, well, I'm gonna drop everything, focus on my startup, fly to the UK. Because it's not cheap also. Like UK is not cheap at all. There's a lot of investment also.
You're not doing physio anymore, right? Like,
Totally went all in. But I thought like if I wanted to scale and like I wanted, try a different market, I see a lot of Singaporeans doing like Thailand or Vietnam and then Singapore businesses. But I never seen someone who did Singapore business and UK business at the same time. So I was like, okay, let me be the first. Walk around and find out.
I think it's quite smart because their purchasing power is quite good there. Yeah.
Yeah, true. For AI, for VA, for everything.
Yeah, for everything, yeah.
so what's one project in your company that you're building? Is it the fitness app that you're saying? It's to revamp the app, right? The nutrition and the fitness
And also
app.
the marketing. Because that's another thing. Because like, you can build the best app in the world, but nobody knows about it.
Yeah.
It's just gonna rot on
But
that.
he's already quite popular. I mean,
16 million followers.
yeah, he's already quite popular. So
If you guys are looking for virtual assistants, Samuel is your main man over here. Leo also runs parts of the company, but he's firefighting everything every day. So check them out, Catalyst Outsourcing, and thanks a lot for coming.
Thank you for having me, guys. Right.